Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first live of the year. The party's over, meaning the party's over. All right, we're going to get into this chart here. There seems to be a problem. Every time there's a problem. Every single time. My chart is frozen. All right. What's going on, Majid? Hope you're doing good, buddy. Give me 1 second here just to every time it's got to do this to me. All right. There we go. Now it's looking all good. Okay. Give dislike and unsubscribe. Yeah, that's it, Mr. Unknown. Get him disliking and unsubbing. All right. So Big week so far. Just take a quick peek here at the old Bitcoin. Louder, please. Speak louder. I am speaking loud. Get out of here. I hope that's loud enough. That's not loud enough. You should be loud enough. Let me see what my OBS settings are on. Yeah, that's pretty loud. I think you guys should be all right with that. Maybe I'll get closer to the mic, but turn up your volume a little bit. I think that's the secret, Majid. I checked all these settings earlier today, like not long ago, like 30 minutes ago. So everything should be good. Okay, so it's good here. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right. Maybe increase mic volume. My mic volume is pretty increased there, buddy. There's not much to do, or else the sound's going to start getting distorted and weird. I think you need to turn your volume up. Okay, so I'll work on that. I'll get the volume up higher. Okay, let me just go over this real quick here, what's going on so far today before we get this live on the way. So we're going to be kind of stuck right now between a rock and a hard place, all right? We have taken out the previous day's high really quickly in the Asia session and moved back down, all right? So this is where it gets like a little bit weird because, oh, that's not where that is. There you are. So we just wicked through it and then came back down and created this selling tail here, all right? So we have a big selling tail. It's about a $500 selling tail. Pretty big. And now we've got these single prints down here that we're looking to see if we can work into them. But these are going to be both pretty solid zones. Now, because we have taken the previous day's high, it's unlikely that we go too far down. All right, so we might just sort of start working into these and then turn back around. All right, so interesting thing here is from that really impulsive move, we've got a nice golden pocket in the center of these single prints. And if we take it down to the low, you've got that 0.5 right around the same zone, like right in the center of these single prints. And so if we can get through these, then we've got the golden pocket at the bottom of this big old fair value gap. But the real test is going to be this zone here. So it's going to definitely be hard to get through. Let's see what we can get going here. Now this is a pretty decent size range here. So what I'd be looking for is a retest of either the selling tail, all right, see what happens there. Or if we can, again, come down into these single prints down here and then start working our way up. So keep those fib levels in mind. Again, we really quickly swept that previous day's. Let me hide this right here. All right, here's our previous day's high, and we swept her up pretty quickly. Right there, right? So first candle of the day pretty much did it. If we look down on the 3-minute chart, it starts to make a little bit more sense. That's how I had it. All right. So yeah, opened up. First thing we did was take that out, leave the selling tail, and start moving away. So this is a pretty teachable moment here, I would say. Again, we're always looking at the previous day's high and low. Previous day's close is the most important thing, right? Let yesterday's close be your point of entry. All right, so price sweeps previous day's high, breaks below the previous day's close, comes up, retests it, And that was the trade of the day so far, right there. All right. For added confirmation, you know what to do, right? Pull your fibs. It doesn't quite hit into the golden pocket, but it comes very close to that 618 and then breaks back below. So right now for Bitcoin, I mean, that's what we're looking at, is we're kind of stuck. We got to see what we can pull off here. The other interesting thing is this low here. All right, we've now created equal lows here. So this is going to be a great little spot to come down and sweep. And if we once again slap on our single prints here, you see that if we do sweep that, we can chew a little bit into those single prints or bounce right off of the ledge of the single print and then come on back up here. Thanks, Zulu Goat. Yep, remember, join the Discord. Link is in the description. And Zululon will be plastering it constantly in the chat. All right. So yeah, we've got this definite obvious zone of liquidity here, right? That's what the equal lows represent. So great place to come down and sweep and then turn back around. But if you are looking to take this, remember that we now have this relatively decent zone of resistance here. So I would imagine we don't go too much further down today. But you never know, right? So that's the kind of first thing I'd be looking at would be price comes down, sweeps this, comes back up, gives you an entry signal, and then moves back up to the top of the range here. Can we watch this on Discord right now? Nope, it's on YouTube only. Why, is the mic bugging you that much, Majid? Nobody's complaining about it except you. Kind of weird. I don't know. But I will do a live after on the Discord, all right? So that's really kind of what I would be looking for right now. Trade it back up to the top of this range here, and that would be that. Now, if it doesn't bounce here, then, you know, look for it to come down to the bottom here. Again, we've got that golden pocket at the bottom of this fair value gap here, all right? Viking Jen says the mic is fine for me. Majid, it's starting to sound like it's a you problem. Okay. Let's see here. So that's really it for the bit. I mean, not much left to say here. If we take a peek on the daily chart, right, we've again, it just looks like relatively bullish, right? We've taken out the high, so we most likely won't come down to the low. And now we have come pretty close to hitting these single prints from yesterday. Haven't quite tapped into them yet. So this might be the range for the day. We did have unemployment news come out, and it didn't really make much of a move here. We look down on the lower time frames again. All right, that is your unemployment numbers. Not a very formidable looking candle there. And price had a quick dump just before it. All right, on the NASDAQ is the same thing really. Quick dump before and then gave a quick pump up. So just a nice range spike there. Get some stops and move on along. NASDAQ pretty interesting today for the futures. I was looking for my setup and it did not come today. It came very close and I was watching it. All right, so I'm always looking for that London open push fair value gap, but it didn't leave any today. It didn't do it for me today. So price comes back into the golden pocket and then keeps on going. But there was really nothing there for me to get too excited about. The quads looked pretty decent. All right, you're building up your divs as you're coming up. All right, but I still didn't take that trade. All right, I really wanted that fair value gap. Didn't happen. Exactly. It like like Viking Gen says. That's weird. It says I've got 666 likes. That's kind of demonic. Huh. What's going on here? I don't think I like that. Somebody's got to either take one off or put one on. Okay, anyhow, that's neither here nor there because I will show you what I did end up doing. All right, which was right here. Hit a quick long. So yeah, again, too bad, you know, so sad, but that's the setup I look for off of the London Open, and it wasn't there, even though I was seeing that the quads were kind of setting it up to go. I just didn't do it. All right. If I was looking for something specifically off the quads, I would have taken it, right? But this is one of the ways that you kind of keep yourself safe is off that London Open. We've already swept the Asia high too, right? So I was really hoping, but it didn't happen. But that might have been a good enough confirmation. I probably should have taken it. But oh well, did not. I like it too. Excellent, excellent, Stian Larsen. Oh my god. All right, so price then just kept moving away, and it really never set it up for me. So and by the time this starts happening, I'm not really looking for it anymore. Like I really want to see it happen off of the open, right? So not much doing, but what I did do was right here. So hit into the previous day's high. You get a really nice reaction candle there, bit of an evening star, and then push back up above it. So that was the long I hit. Got take profit 1, take profit 2 at 50 points, and then had moved up my stop loss to 25. So one contract at 25, one contract at 50, and then 2 at 25, and that's it. Sound seems different on mobile versus PC. Normal on mobile, low on PC, at least lower than the intro music was. Oh, maybe I got to turn down the intro music. No, all right, I'll work on increasing the mic volume. All right, I will do it. But my mic volume is actually on full blast here on OBS, so yeah, it'll take me some figuring out to do that. All right, guys, but I'll work on it later today after we're done here. So yeah, that was really it. Nice W formation. All right, once it hit, was looking for this to get taken out for confirmation that it was going to keep going, and it did. So that's good. I'm on PC or laptop. Sounds okay. Excellent, Crypto Viking. This is what I like to hear. No consensus whatsoever. Thanks, guys. Now I'm confused and doubting my mic and my technical abilities. But that's kind of par for the course. I'm always doubting those. Okay, so moving back to the bit then. There's really not much to say, man, other than that. Just kind of waiting for this to play out here. All right, we did get the news again, and it really didn't move anything. So for those of you wondering, we had core retail sales come in, retail sales month on month, which both came in under projection. Not good. Not good. And then we had unemployment claims, which were above projection, which is good. Nobody likes to see people losing jobs, but if unemployment is higher, then generally the Fed is going to be more likely to decrease interest rates and help stimulate the economy, which is always good for the markets. They love fake stimulus. So kind of, you know, two-sided news. So it's really not really gonna do much for us today. So pretty chilled out day is what I would say. Now, once New York opens, that might change. So we got about another 14 minutes for that to go. and we'll see how that plays out. Is he speaking? I thought it was a pantomime stream today. I don't hear anything. Really? What is going on here? Okay, some people say it sounds good. Some people says it sounds good on mobile. Some people says it can't hear a thing. I tried my phone too. Good sound. I don't have a retard book. Maybe the sound is different. Oh my god, I'm gonna get canceled for saying that word now. Sounds just like Yuna has a flu and is a late night and he has to speak low. Hey now. All right, I'm gonna start yelling. No, I'm not gonna start yelling. Hold on a second here. Hold on a sec, guys. Let's check this out. Is that any better? That sound any better? I've just turned up the volume. Let's see how you guys feel about that. If that sounds better, let me know. If it doesn't make any difference, let me know too. Builder Bob says perfect sound. You see, this is what I like. Builder Bob. Good man, Builder Bob. I've raised all volume up at their Cortex level. Oh, okay. That's no good. LOL, they must be trolling you. It sounds perfectly fine. Thanks, Alex. Yeah, that's it. It's Majid and Mr. Unknown. A bit better. All right, a bit better. A bit better is good. I can live with a bit better. What I'll do is just crank it up just a little bit more here. And that's as far as I can turn it up on that because I'm afraid it's going to start getting distorted. And then it won't be better at all. But for me, it sounded great. I tested out these levels. I was looking at it on a laptop and it sounded great. So I'll stop paying attention to it. Sound is good. Sexy voice. Yeah, baby. That sexy mic. All right. Yep. So back at this, that's really what we're looking at, man. It's pretty here and there. All right. A lot of people expecting some downside now. However, there is also people like I believe you know, some influencers out there that were talking about buy signals over here when it was already up here late last evening and even this morning. This is a buy signal. It's like, oh man, you guys got to stop getting people to do weird stuff. But that is the way the internet works, trying to get people to do weird stuff. So I would say just kind of relax and see what plays out here over New York. Try to go to different video Viking and you might notice the difference. Marios. Everybody's still talking about my sound. All right. I don't care what the sound is like. Hit them likes. Or pop in some suggestions for any questions you may have or any anything you want me to talk about. Feel free. Let's take a quick peek here. Yes, it's low compared to other streamers. Yuna got a different OBS setup that is better. Damn right it's better. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna turn my noise gate off and see if that helps anything. Probably got a little bit louder now, but now you're gonna hear some background noises as well. So enjoy that. See if you can stop complaining about the sound. All right. So yeah, all right. Well, let's see what happens there. Okay, so what is the Dixie doing so far? Let's check it out here. All right, so up, but you know, it's kind of just trailing around here. Let's see if that's going to go for the pump. That ain't going to be good for Bitcoin or anything else, but We'll see here. Not complaining. Don't worry, man. I'm not taking it personally, but I'm just trolling you back. This is a two-way troll stream here, all right? Let's see here. So bullish, says Smart Appliance Pro. So bullish or so bullish? It's hard to distinguish those question marks. I would say that I'm pretty neutral right now, like short term. It's not really you know, we really got to see what happens now. We've got two big zones right above us and right below us now. So I'm definitely not bearish. I can't say I'm bearish, but I can't really say I'm overly bullish short term. More long term, I'm still pretty bullish about Bitcoin. I don't think we're at the, I don't think we've seen the end of it yet. Yeah. So yeah, what I'd be looking for again is come down into the zone, sweep these equal lows, and then turn it back around. But this is going to be a bit of a tough nut to crack. All right. This is built off a previous selling tail as well, right? So we had selling tail. So this is going to be a bit of a tough nut to crack up here. It's not impossible by any stretch of the imagination. We've now got this great liquidity zone down here. If we could turn around off of that, then great. Go take a couple cracks at this, and it's probably not going to break on the first. So that's really how I'm looking at this right now. Unit, can you tell some different scenarios for short-term and midterm? Yeah, so that's pretty much what we've been talking about here. All right, so short-term scenarios. We got to see what happens here with New York, right? Obviously. So we can do a quick little washout with New York. Over under, come on down. Hit into these row of single prints, sweep out these equal lows here. Oops. Damn, that escalated quickly. Real quick. All right, I gotta get my A game on. All right, so come on down, sweep it out, start breaking up, and eventually come up into the zone here. Right, and then what I'd be looking for is some sort of structure that's created here. Start looking for fair value gaps, order blocks, maybe coming and hit into a golden pocket created by a low here and a high here. Come back up, take a second crack at it. All right, could come down. So this is the midterm sort of range scenario. All right, would be something like that until finally we turn around and grab out of this. All right, the other midterm scenario would be that we come down and sweep all this stuff out. All right, so that would look more like this. Come down, crack into it, come back up, do like a two-legged pullback, come back down, crack into it, something like so, do another two-legged pullback, back out, and then finally break out of this zone of single prints. All right, it could happen a lot faster, obviously. Come down, clean out all of this imbalance here, and then turn it back around. All right, that would be that scenario. And then the other scenario would be, screw it, just leave all this for later and rip it to the upside. But I really don't think that's going to happen. Altcoins, BTC dominance, BTC, and ... etc. All right. All right. So that's pretty much the two scenarios I'm looking for. Now, the big thing is you really got to watch price sort of develop, right? Like this is the most important thing about TA is just watching how this develops. So right now we've got a potential golden pocket up here. Here's an order block. All right, so that could be an interesting zone to hit, but you're only looking for sort of day trades here or scalps, right? It's not something that you can really look to trade all the way down to like 90K again, let's say, right? What's going on, Crypto Yark? Good to see you. On a different note, what's the reason behind the XRP hype? Oh, that you have to watch other streamers for that. Let's check out the XRP. But XRP is like, you know, I've said this a lot of times. I'll say it again. XRP is one of the funnest alts to trade. Really, it moves quite a bit. You get great moves off it, and it's relatively good for TA. So it's an old fan favorite, really, man. Like every bull run, people love trading XRP because it always stays relatively cheap. It always has good moves. Like, you know, if you're looking for the weekly move so far on this, you know, so here's I believe that's the Monday low. All right, so up 45%, right? And these moves aren't that uncommon if you just look at it, you know, like it moves quite a bit. So from a trader's perspective, it is one of the more profitable coins to trade if you can figure it out, right? Can you spy, please? Oh, the FBI is back asking me to spy for them. Okay. Okay, Crypto Yark is asking questions about fibs. All right, let's just take a quick peek at the spy here. All right, I got to figure out who all you guys are because I'm thinking Smart Appliance Pro now. Who is Smart Appliance Pro? I'm guessing you're in the Discord. Guessing you're in the Discord. Okay. So checking out the spy here. It's up in the pre-market. We got 1 minute till open here. So I will look at this closer. Let's just check out this open on Bitcoin real quick, and on the Nasdaq, and then we'll get into the SPY. All right. Here we go. There's your open. Bitcoin moving down. Nasdaq also. Yeah, the bits on the dump here, man. Here they go. Pardon me. What? Why are you doing this to me? It's a pretty decent opening range there, 40 plus points around. No, just under 40 points. Bitcoin also turning a corner. That's a shame. That's pretty cute right there. Leaves this huge potential fair value gap. Next candle comes up, closes it right out, and then keeps going. Here comes the previous day high test. Oof. Also took out the pre-market low. Hasn't quite taken out the pre-market high yet. See how that goes. All right. Bitcoin trying to stop as well. All right, so SPY. So got a little gap up there on the open, closed off already. Obvious massive gap here. Okay, so like that's what I'd be looking for. So what I'd be looking for, I'd mark out a zone like this, right? It's pretty tough, but that's a great looking high. But I'd take this and mark it out something like that. Right, a lot of times they're not going to come down and fully close the gap out. It'll hit the 0.5 or it'll hit the previous high there. But you've got that high too that looks pretty decent. So something like that, that would be a huge zone of interest for me. 0.5 down to there. Watching for a reaction on that. We're just kind of big old fair value gap there. This is a good zone to be looking for me right here. Be very interested in this. All right, so you've got here a gap up and then it gaps down. So this is just a big imbalance here. Huge zone. Huge zone. I would say, you know, but again, I'm not opening limit orders there. Just quickly looking, that's what I would be really talking about here. So we have to say the same thing about this here. But because there's really nothing there, it's hard to come up with something to kind of talk about. So there's the close, open. So there's that gap. And then you can see that we just gapped right through it, came down, just hit into the gap, and then pushed away. Just move down a little lower here. Oh. Okay, so you see this low here to this 0.5. That'd be a very interesting zone there. All right, so in between 587.88 and 587, no, 587.66. Whereas your green pocket, all right? So that would be reclaiming half of this. That's also going to be pretty bloody interesting. Could definitely cause some mayhem here for people who are expecting it to close further. That could cause some pain. That could definitely cause some pain. So, you know, when you've got double gaps, they're pretty magnetic here. So that would be that'd be a great level to be looking at, right? And of course, if this fails, then you're going to look here, here, and then if this fails, you're just looking for it to close out. But a lot of times they will front run a lot of different levels that people are looking for, right? Just to cause as much confusion and chaos as possible. I'm still hoping for the 80%. That would be on BTC, I'm guessing. Yep. That's pretty cute there. Midway point of the range here. We're above that 7.5 now, so we're gonna be coming into the 7.86 real quick here. And that's right at the bottom of this fair value gap here. So that might be a cute scalp. But if I was looking for the big trades, yeah, I'd be looking up here or anywhere down into these zones. And then of course watch for a reaction, right? Right now it's looking pretty bullish. So again, here we've got our golden rule, man. It's just so crazy. Pardon me, previous day's close, right? Nope. Weird how TradingView does this. Didn't quite hit it. But if you take that, every time you get a gap up, you take that last little high there. Right, I wouldn't take this one because it's inside of this range here, right? High, low, this is not much. So this little guy, and it comes real close to hitting it. Yeah, close to gap up. There you go, into the 0.5. That might even be more golden pocket, but pretty interesting the way the gaps play out, man. Always look for, yeah, the last high, a 0.5, and work on that. Hammering the single prints again and again gives me the idea that someone wants to take it. Okay. Let me see here. I wanted to ask about Golden Pocket. Really confused. Not much info about it in web. I took a template of it from DD and saw they're also added 786 fib level. Yeah, the 786 is very common. Took a template from DD. Who is this DD? Okay, so take a just quick peek here. You guys are not doing much, chilling out. And here goes. Daily open hit on the NASDAQ. That's pretty nice. What a absolutely monstrously big opening range for New York. Holy crap. DD equals Discord. All right. DD is Discord. Okay, so let's check this out here. We'll talk about templates. I'll show you my full fib template. All right, which just has a couple extras that most people don't have on theirs. So the settings I have on mine, here you go. You've got a 0, 0.382, 0.618, a 1, 0.114. This one is not very common. Not too many people use that. I love it. It's just the opposite end of your 886. All right. You've got the 236, right? 0.236, 0.5, 0.786, 0.66, or you can use the 67. Some people even use the 68. And then the 0.886. All right. So we can, I can give you these settings if you want, or you can take a screenshot of that. So these are all very common Fibonacci levels. This is your basic template, really, except for this one, the 114, that doesn't come standard on here. But if you just open up a Fibonacci default here. All right, let me just close off those horrifying background colors. You see that that's what it comes with, except for the 886, right? That's it. So 236, 382, 786, 618, 0.5. Now it's kind of weird that you have the 886 doesn't come standard. You know, the 886 is a pretty big level, and that's exactly the other end of the 886 on the 114, right? So those are the two that I add, all right? But it comes standard with the 786, and they're all very, very common levels. Any more confusion about that, CryptoYark? I hope that helps, man. If you got any more questions, just ask. All right, that NASDAQ is going down. No, opening range holding. Opening range says hold on. Let's see what Biddy is. Oh, Biddy's into the single prints now. Oh, here it goes. Okay, so there's your answer now. We've swept the equal lows. Didn't seem to get a reaction at all. And now the dump could be on. So when I wrote about 786, I meant which role it has in golden pocket trading strategy. Not much. So what you can do with the 786 is treat it as any other Fibonacci level, right? You can look to trade off of it. What a lot of people will do if they do take a golden pocket trade, so for example, I've got this golden pocket right here, right? If you're going to be setting limit orders, right, and the range isn't huge, you're going to be plotting your, you know, maybe you want to ladder in on the golden pocket, so you might have open a contract on the 618 or you know, whatever you're trading, if they're not trading contracts, maybe a lot or whatever, one in the middle and then one on the 6.6 or the 6.7 or the back end, right? So you'll ladder in 3 entries, and then you would put your stop loss above the 786, just above the 786. There's no relevant market structure here for you to use to put your stop loss above, right? So you're either going to have to choose the high or you're going to have to choose something else, right? So that's the main way that people would incorporate the 786 into the golden pocket strategy. But, you know, don't think about the Fibonacci retracement tool or any Fibonacci tool as just the golden pocket, right? So, for example, if you were looking to wait for a hit into the 786, right? If it breaks the golden pocket and then hits the 786 and rejects, you know, it could be that that's what's happening. It's very common that price goes into the 786. I don't see any obvious ones here to point out, but it is very common, or the 886. They're both very common. And then what you will see is that you get different types of harmonic patterns that you can build off of these. Wow, Biddy is going all the way for it. Damn. Wow. All the way. Okay, so pretty much hitting the floor here. That'd be pretty wild if they went all the way down to the previous day's open. There you go, single prints done. Now we've got this fair value gap left over here, which is not nearly as important as these single prints. See what happens here if we start to build up some kind of reaction here. Nope. Okay, so let's just pop out here onto the 15. Got a very strange order block down here. You know, not even gonna attempt to justify drawing it. Oh. Pretty nasty. Bears aren't messing around. So the party's over, fellas. The hangover is over, and now the markets are coming to life. Let me just take a quick peek here at, oh, look at that. Into the previous day's close again on the NASDAQ. Wow. Looks like New York's going to take those Asia lows. Stop hunt is on. Bitcoin continues. Pretty nasty. Okay, let me see if I missed anything here in the chat. Majid asked for altcoins, BTC dominance, BTC, and etc. etc. I saw that. XRP hype, yeah. Always be looking for XRP hype, man. People love XRP. Wanted to know if it's for stop loss place. Yes, that was it. Other purposes on BTC hammering. Yeah. All right, not much happening there. You just move this so I don't have to keep looking around. All right, so let's see what these guys got for us here. Horrible candle at the bottom there. What do I think about XRP? I think XRP is a lot of fun, man. XRP. I wouldn't really, I wouldn't swing trade XRP. But it is a great thing to to scalp and to day trade. In terms of where it is right now, it's pretty expensive, right? For what we usually look for from XRP. Yeah, so it's kind of a bit iffy there to tell people to start buying XRP. That I wouldn't do. But to trade it, yeah, on the 1 minute chart and scalping it, usually it was pump dump token and that's it, but now it seems strong. Yeah, I think it'll don't worry, it'll dump. It'll dump. You've got this M formation here on the 1 minute chart. It's not a great chart to be trading M's on, but this could start to hemorrhage quite heavily pretty soon. But it trades as like everything else, right? I just wouldn't swing trade XRP, but I would definitely day trade it. Haven't traded XRP in a while, but last bull run, every time Bitcoin got boring, that was really my go-tos, was XRP and then ADA. Yeah. So let's just map this out real quick and see what we can come up with here. All right, we'll just start kind of putting everything, you know, just look at it as everything else, right? Another thing that I find that's very common in the crypto trading space is everybody kind of treats everything like it's so different, when at the end of the day, it's all really just the same. So here's your want to teach us day trading strategies on VIP calls if possible, of course. Yeah, man. I mean, day trading strategies are the same as scalping, but you just want to hold them a little bit longer. You don't get as aggressive with your take profits, and you just have to make sure you're on good levels that are going to be a little bit longer, right? But it's the same stuff we always talk about. So here's your Asia opening range. Yep. All right, I don't trade Asia. I usually wake up at around 6 a.m. and then do some stuff, drink a coffee, eat a little bit of breakfast. And so by the time I'm looking at the charts, it's usually around 7:30-ish. And I'm kind of charting this stuff out. There's my London opening range. All right, so by that time I can map out my Asia high, Asia low. There's your Asia range, right? Okay, so now you're looking for that London open. We'll bring in some volume. London opens up, pushes up, comes back down, and let's just get a good look at these candles. So not much happening here. That does look like a golden pocket hit, but again, there's nothing else. I wouldn't just trade a golden pocket. It doesn't even quite hit the golden pocket. No. But other than that, not much happening. Does the typical over. So opening range, does the over, does the under, and then hits that Asia opening range there, all right? Asia opening range low, very nice hit. Let me just get back here and do one more thing. All right, daily open. And then I'm going to hide all this stuff out. Third day. What happened to Thursday, yo? Thursday. Quick peek at the daily chart. All right, we've had 3 green days in a row. All right, with a massive breakaway gap here. All right, so breaks out there. Okay, so this looks pretty bullish, right? Pretty bullish. Okay, so now we're going to pop in our previous day's levels. All right, your previous day high, your previous day's close. Your previous day's open. And your previous day's low. All right, so off the Asia open, you don't quite hit the previous day's high. Price comes in, puts in Asia's low. And then again, you've got your London open situation here. So what we're looking for here is really which way is this going to trade up, especially in relation to the daily open, which is your previous day's close, right? So if you could catch like this, right? I'm not looking to trade at 7 a.m. I'm looking to drink coffee. Price comes off of that. So that's neither here nor there because it's not going to help us. But if you were trading Asia, you know, that is a great place to be looking for a trade because it has used it as support more or less here. All right. And then price really aggressively dumps below it. Your daily open level here. Sorry, this is where it really starts here. That's your previous day's close, right? So it doesn't really trade off. It hasn't touched it at all. That's even better. It's a virgin daily open. Price pushes away, comes back to it. You're looking to trade that to the downside, right? So then it would just be the typical strategies that you would use for everything, you know, whether that be the big three or quads or looking for a pullback into a fair value gap or order block, right? Whatever that is, but you would just trade it the exact same way, right? Now here, this would be a little bit on the sketchy side here. So big pumps down, hits into that Asia opening range low, moves back up. You've got all of these fair value gaps here. These are telling us that we're searching for liquidity. Price comes down, takes it, takes out that low, takes out this low, and that's pretty much it. Then you start getting fair value gaps to the upside, which starts to kind of tell you the same thing. So at that point, you know, my go-to off of the London open is that golden pocket fair value gap. That's what I love to see. But doesn't quite happen. And you get no reaction off it, right? Price comes back up, now puts in pretty much equal highs here, starts to turn around. So it just gets pretty sketchy here. It looks, there's a lot of intention, but you're just trading in a range, which is kind of strange, right? What I mean by that, it's like you get to see a lot of really bullish candles and a lot of really bearish candles, a lot of fair value gaps both ways. So you're just getting mixed signals here, right? A lot of intention and it's going nowhere. So in this situation, when you're looking at price action like this, you can't really determine what you think the market's going to want to do, right? Like what does London want to do right now? I've got no idea. They've done the over under of their own opening range and now they're just coming up and, you know, they're really not showing us much. Then it breaks to the downside. And now you've got something to work with because at least you're starting to see some direction building up here, right? So you've got a golden pocket and an order block here. Price pushes in heavily. You get a big push away from it. This is not ideal price action for me, but you've pretty much taken out this potential fair value gap here, right? So I'm okay with that. There's not much else here that you need to be worried about. So you could be taking a short there and targeting that low. right? So from here to that low, you're looking at a quick 1.13%. And that's the beauty of XRP, man, is on those 1 minute charts, that's what you're looking for, right? Which eventually you get it. Price would have to be above this high, right? I wouldn't quite put it up to the 786 because on XRP 786, you're going to be pretty far away there. All right, if this is your entry here and you're looking at the 786, 8.52% stop loss, bit of a big one for me. So I wouldn't really be doing that if I was looking for a scalp / day trade, but that would be it really. Order block, golden pocket, hit it. Price starts to move away. Then it just starts doing crazy stuff here. Yeah, there's not much there that I can see. Couldn't take a trade there. Couldn't take a trade here because now you're just back into that zone. So you start to feel like up might be the way to go. We haven't really accomplished anything as it relates to previous days low or high, but that previous day's close is sort of that level we're going to be looking at still, right? So finally go up, break it. Thirsty day. Mr. Unknown, you're getting quite I think he's mad at me because I drank wine the other day. Hey, we can't all be of the same persuasion, sir. It was just a couple glasses of wine. Holy. All right. So we get a big push up out of this range, back up above the daily open. All right, and now you got to see what reaction you're going to get when it comes back. And in this case, it just rips right through it and comes back down to fill in this fair value gap, which is also very common on alts that these moves are super common. They're not really telling you anything because there's intention, but there's no like direction to it, right? I'm going to say that over and over again. Price then comes back into the London opening range, almost taps that Asia opening range high, but doesn't, and then starts moving away. And now you're above that previous day's close / daily open. You hit the previous day's high. So now you've got that narrative of likelihood is that we're not going to go down and take out the previous day's low, right? So then you just start to look to get on trades here. All right, you can definitely look to short this. We are hit the previous day's high, so we're not expecting price to go too low, but it could definitely come back down and take out some sort of other level. All right. And then here, it just starts trending away. So at that point, you'd be popping out your big threes. All right, there's your first buy signal right there. Doesn't work out that well, but it still would have made you some decent scratch right there. In 2 minutes, 1.42%. Yeah, that ain't bad. You get another one here. That one also didn't work out that well, and a huge stop loss on that. So I might not be able to take that. Oof, 1.09%. That's massive. So yeah, I don't think I could take that. And then you get another one here. And this one is actually quite interesting. All right, so that's really your signal candle right there. And that's not a candle that you really want to take a trade on when you're right on that 50 EMA. Price comes back in, you get another signal candle right here. And now that signal candle looks great. All right. I know this is not what a lot of people want to see. You rather see an engulfing, and this candle should look weaker. But, I see these shaved tops and I'm in there every time. And that's a pretty decent stop loss, 0.33. All right. You're going to be targeting this high for the first take profit, maybe that high. And then you're going to ultimately be targeting that for your second. So it's just like the same thing over and over again. I mean, it really is. And now looks like it's doing it to the downside. So now you'd be looking for potential shorts here. But look at that, comes into the previous day's high level. Woo! And now you've got a potential W here. So I would not be looking to short this right now. Potential W formation. Looks pretty ugly, but it's also screaming that sort of barbed wire kind of ugly. So it could be a nice reversal here. Yep. But yeah, that's what I would say CryptoYark or Amzerbuer on. You know, like it's all kind of the same things, like day trading and swing trading. You're kind of going to be using the same entry models. So even, you know, it's what we were talking about. Why do you keep doing this to me? When we were talking about that, this short here, you know, it was the exact same thing. Like I didn't get in on a short on this wick here because again, I was sleeping and I don't even think I saw a good entry there. But what I did see was a good entry over here. And I took it as a scalp sort of day trade, right? And then it turns into this. So it's always the same sort of thing, right? It's just that you're looking for different sort of levels. That's really it. Hope that helps, man. But yeah, we'll talk about that more in depth in the VIP on Sunday. You know, we'll go over that and just sort of hammer that home. All right. So the most important thing is really not necessarily day trade. This is the way I see it anyways, right? It's not necessarily day trade versus scalp versus swing trade. I would say the more important thing is sort of like trending versus ranging. That's where I would break it down to. Let's take a peek at this. What's going on here? Oh, that rounded bottom. Too bad Sos isn't here. He would have already typed it. Rounded bottom. Yeah. So single prints take and into this fair value gap. Did they close that? Pretty damn much. Yeah, not bad there. I am in. Sos is in. That means he saw the rounded bottom and he took it. There you go. There's Sos. Sos is in. So it's too bad we can't hear Sos. Got to figure out a way to mic him in here just so he can pipe up and say rounded bottom. Yeah. So now, all right, we can, you know, it's the exact same thing that we were just talking about. Just look at how you want to enter this, right? So for me, right, I'm not really looking to get in here. That's more Sos and the other guys who go for the sharpshooter sniper entries, right? Me, I'm a little more chilled out. So I want to see now price start to move back up, put in some structure that I'm interested in. So I'll be looking for pullbacks into a fair value gap or something. We've just closed out these single prints, closed out the fair value gap. So now I want to see some confirmation, right? But again, when Sos sees this stuff, he loves it. Right, Sos? Yeah. I'm not sure if that's why he got in there. I doubt it, but no, now somebody's beeping me. CryptoYark just sent. No, that was to. Never mind. Who's in here? All right, getting messages here now. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Very nice. There's Quest for Nothing. Zapping me messages. his new strategy is starting to really pay off. So that's fantastic to see. Fantastic to see. So sees the double bottom. I don't know if that's the 3-minute chart hammer that got you excited too. Let's see what's on here on the 1 minute that I could see that SOS might have taken. And that might have been the one there. Rounding, push up, fair value gap. Price comes back into it. You get a pretty bullish looking candle there. Or maybe he got excited by the shaved top. Not sure he can explain that one if he wishes to in Discord later. So yeah, this looks like it could go. No, I just wait for something. And if you know, that's how it's that personal style thing again, right? If you really don't like missing any moves, you know, you can look for those quicker entries. Personally, I like to get some confirmation, see things kind of turn around, and then go on about my business. You know, and from here, you know, if we are looking to trade it back up to this selling tail, which might not happen today, because now we are looking like we're potentially going to push down towards this order block here and maybe even test the previous day's open. But again, we've taken the previous day's high, so I highly doubt we'll break yesterday's low. But I don't really mind missing moves. Because it's not part of the way I trade, right? Catching this stuff, it's really just not the way I do things. So, and it's the way other people do them, and it works great for them. So if that's what you're looking for, then that's what you want to capitalize, right? And that's about it, man. Check these guys out. There you go. Asia low stop, done. So now the only thing left to do for New York, could do a retest of the yearly open, but we did that yesterday. No point in doing that today again, unless they want to make sure it's going to hold. But now it's, let's go get the London highs, baby. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. But okay, so it's 3:15. I'm going to go make myself an espresso and then see if I can catch myself a NASDAQ trade. Smash those like buttons if you like what you see, subscribe, and join the Discord in the description. And that is really about it. Yeah, here we go. Let's see what happens here. Let me just take a minute here to appreciate this. But it's not really setting up anything that I would be too interested in, right? I'd want to see an order block, fair value gap, that sort of thing. Start to show me some intention that I'm interested in. But not happening. Yeah, not happening. And now it's just gonna chill out. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Pretty chilled. Crypto Viking told he will took longs from this zone. Yeah, and that's, you know, Crypto Viking told he will take longs from this zone. Yeah, like there's nothing wrong with, you know, what I would say is Crypto Viking's probably going to write something right now and saying he didn't say he would take longs. I'm pretty sure he said he would be looking for spot buys at 90. And then what he would be is looking for longs, right? Not taking longs. There's a big difference for looking for a long and taking a long, right? So for example, I'm sure, so just think, okay, so took a long here, right? He's in. I have not taken a long here. I'm not in. Crypto Viking might have taken a long here, or he might not have yet. So it really, you know, looking for a long is one thing, taking a long is a different thing, right? So price comes into a zone, you know, the way I trade's a little bit different than Crypto Viking, or a lot different, but you know, I know what he's doing. He's looking at momentum, he's looking at the Trading Academy B indicator, he's thinking about order flow, he's looking for trapped shorts, you know, he's doing all that stuff, and then looking to get in on the information he's gathering from that, right? So it's not like it's just coming to the zone and he's opening trades. That's really not the way we operate. And even so, he's looking, you know, he sees this rounding off. He starts to see, you know, maybe a hammer here on the 3-minute chart, or maybe he's looking at the 1-minute chart. He may even be down on the 10-second chart, because that's just the way SOS rolls. And you know, he saw what he likes to get in on it, right? He's not just opening the trade because we've taken out the single prints. And that's exactly what I'm saying, right? To me, it's not producing anything that I'm comfortable getting in on a trade on. All right. So that's really it. You know what I mean? I hope that helps, man. I hope that helps, Crypto Yark, because I know a lot of times you want to get like these definitive answers, and sometimes the vagueness of the answer is not the best thing for people, but it really does come down to that, unfortunately. But yeah, saying he will look for longs and saying that he will take longs are two different things, right? I'm not sure exactly what he said, but I really can't see him saying he would take longs down here, but I can see him saying he'd look for longs, because this is a great zone to be looking at him. So yeah, I'm off to drink coffee and see if I can catch myself along here on the NASDAQ. Looking pretty longy right now. Swept that Asia low once again. Now we're just fighting to get back into this New York opening range here. So that is what I'm going to do. I'll be on the Discord in about 15 minutes or so. Just gonna, yeah, have a quick drink of caffeine, wet my lips, tickle my whiskers, so to speak, and then I'll be on there. So hope you guys have a good one, man. Stay safe, stay well, watch out for them traps. Remember, the party's over now. And what I meant by that, it's not clickbait, but what I wanted to really mean was that you know, the first 2 weeks trading is over in January, so the hangover is over as well. It's not just the party from New Year's and the Bears and the Bulls hanging out together and not much happening. But yeah, the market seems to be sort of catching its groove again. Things are starting to work like normal, and the big boys are back from vacation, all that stuff. So good times, man. Good times. Next week should be great. Having said that, tomorrow I will try to get my mic level up. I'm gonna crank up the volume and blow your eardrums out with some sexy mic action. All right. Having said that, man, you guys have a great day. See ya on the next one.